Nice, what a save by Laurel!
History has repeated itself. Greater Sudbury has won back-to-back NOJHL championships.
Hey, welcome back into our league studio, everyone. I'm Alex Bastiavansky, and yes, this is NOJHL Game Day. On tap for today are some huge matchups, and I'm here to get you all set before the puck drops, so let's get to it.
Now pass forward, what a shot, what a goal!
Let's just get this out of the way. Last season finished on an extremely painful note for the Espanola Paper Kings. They lost out on the 8th and final playoff spot to Iroquois Falls by just 2 points. But this season, the Paper Kings have shown they intend to not just make the postseason, but to compete for the title. They're currently second in the standings and have opened many eyes around the league.
Yeah, well, this season has, like you said, has been really, really good. Like we're what are we, 10-4-1 right now or something like that. We came out of the gate super hot. We've kind of leveled out and, met with the players and identified some roles, and everybody's buying into what our expectations are right now, and we're playing some quality hockey and some good structured hockey.
Back in front, Guthrie scores! Braden Guthrie on a great set play from the Paper Kings.
The Paper Kings have been an offensive juggernaut. Their 65 goals scored rank second in the league, and leading the way for them has been Joseph Coates, who's third in NOJHL scoring. Not bad for a guy who was playing Junior C last season.
That's blocked. Here comes Joseph Coates, shorthanded for the hat trick. He's got it!
Joseph Coates for us has been fantastic. He's a pretty dynamic player. Skates well, has a great offensive vision, can score. He can distribute the puck.
Espanola was also thrilled to get team captain Cameron Menard back this year.
On the other side, Menard scores! An arm, Bana Blanca, Brendan Newell.
Cameron Menard, he can create offense, and he's been a great addition to have us come back with some confidence in playing with Coates. I feel like they're a pretty big threat when we can get them going, and they have been.
North Bay Battalion draft pick Owen Smith is just 16 years old, yet sits third on the team in scoring with 17 points.
Huge offensive upside, but he also plays 200 feet of the ice. He kind of reminds me of a former player that we had, Grant Booth, and Boother was fantastic for us, and Smitty, he's going to see some big things coming. He's awesome.
Turning the other way with a couple nice moves to Smith again, and he scores! And another hat trick, this time it's Owen Smith.
And in September, Smith scored what just might end up being the NOJHL goal of the year.
Now across the line, here's a beautiful move, walking in and scoring! Oh my, what a goal by Owen Smith!
I've watched that goal probably about 15 times since. That's a pretty big deal at this level and the pace that we have for a 15-year-old to be able to think that quick and then execute it. It was awesome.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Carter Drigo and Graydon Guthrie are both back, providing serious depth to the lineup. Plus, Coach Rapsowicz feels his goaltending duo might just be the best in the league.
Something that's led to our success this year for sure is our goaltending. We've got Jack Helke came back this year, and Logan Vale. Those two have been phenomenal for us. The addition of Vale has allowed them to have a super healthy competition where they're pushing each other and being able to stay at a higher level.
Of course, the season is still young, but the Paper Kings have certainly given notice they intend to be front runners to win it all next spring.
I think a couple of the things that we need to do to stay the course is we need to stay structured. Obviously, we need to stay super disciplined. I think that, and putting attention to just a little bit more detail, I think that we could stay in the race, and hope that we can.
Shoots, he scores! A power play goal from Menard.
Yeah, they've been dynamite so far this season. Okay, Powassan was hosting Sudbury last night. The Cubs came out firing.
McCartney with the puck. Over to the near side for Newton. He can wire it. He does. Nolan Newton. Dubroy throws it out for Long. Long stops up, takes a shot. He scores. Caden Long scores in his return to Powassan with 4.3 seconds left on the clock.
Sudbury up 2-0 after one. In the second, though, the Voodoos, wearing those awesome black alternate jerseys, by the way, got going for a bit. Caden Cowell cut the deficit to 1, and then 5 minutes later, the Cubs give it away out front. Mason Brownlee says, thank you very much. He ties it up. All Cubs after that, though. Mason Walker, that is his 7th goal of the season already. The sweet snipe puts Sudbury ahead for good. They pull away to get their first win against Powassan this season, 7-2 the final. This might go down as one of the more surprising results of the night. French River in Kirkland Lake. The Rapids were all over the Miners like a bad rash. Just a $1.19 in, Michael Mrazek bangs it home to put the visitors up 1-0. Midway through the frame off the draw, Tristan Kitchen pulls the trigger. Deflects off somebody. Who knows? Regardless, it was 2-0 Rapids. Still in the first, Cole McGuire completely ignored out front. Big mistake, French River making it 3-0. Then, in the second frame, off to the races.
Now Giacopi, he sends that off. Cranking in alone is Rojo Bolton. Quick little move, and he scores!
You know, Richard Whitty came on the show a couple of weeks ago and said, don't sleep on French River. They will burn you. And the Rapids proved him right once again. 6-2, they upset the Miners. A border battle between the Sioux Eagles and the T-Birds for a while. The teams traded goals in the first. Jaden Arnold cleans up the loose garbage to give the T-Birds the lead. In the second, the Americans would respond. Gabriel Clark, the seeing eye point shot, his first of the season to tie it. Just a minute and a half later, the T-Birds reclaim the lead. Shea Chorney grabs his first of the season right there. 50 seconds later, though, Lucas Caulfield jumps on the miscue behind the net. It's tied again late in the period, though.
Opportunity here for the Thunderbirds. Here comes McCauley. McCauley comes in, takes a shot, scores! Callum McCauley.
McCauley reels off the first of 5 straight T-Birds goals. The Eagles would make the score a bit more respectable late, but ultimately 8-5, the final score they lose. Okay, big news. Owen King is back in the NOJHL. Last season's goal-scoring champ, acquired from the Milton Menace of the OJHL. 50 goals Owen scored for Blind River last season. That is a massive addition for the surging Sudbury Cubs. Today's game previews brought to you, of course, by Rogers, great deals on now. Shop today. Hearst Espanola, this is gonna be a good one. The teams have played twice this season. They split those games, and Jacks 4-0-1 in their last 5. The Kings with the same record. Can't wait to watch that one. Iroquois Falls taking on the Timmins Rock. One game between the squads this season, and Timmins took them down 5-2 on October 12th. The Rock 2-2-0-1 in their last 5. The Storm 1-3-0-1. Eagles and T-Birds are going to do it again tonight. So far this season, the T-Birds have won both encounters, including last night. Eagles 2-3 in their last 5. The T-Birds 4-0-1-0. And Powassan taking on French River. The Voodoos looking to get back on track after falling big time to Sudbury last night. First meeting of the year between the two squads. Voodoos 3-2 in their last 5. The Rapids picked up a big win last night. They are 2-3. Prime time player from last night, Shea Chorney of the Sioux Thunderbirds, was massive. Scored his first 3 goals of the season, a hat trick to help take down the Sioux Eagles. And your play of the day brought to you by BrokerLink Auto, Home, and Business Insurance. BrokerLink, life is confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be. It's 2 former Voodoos hooking up to burn their old team.
Sony couldn't keep it in. And now Dubroy gets to it. Dubroy throws it out for Long. Long stops up, takes a shot, he scores! Caden Long scores in his return to Powassan with 4.3 seconds left on the clock. Assist by Caden Dubroy, and that's Long's 3rd of the season.
And that's all the time we've got for today. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date on everything that's going on with the NOJHL, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Hello and welcome inside the Powassan Sportsplex for Saturday Night Hockey between the Powassan Voodoos and the French River Rapids. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Ben Long, as I think this is the only important game going on anywhere in sports tonight. There's nothing else bigger happening whatsoever.
There's no other sports happening today.
No, not at all. Not the Blue Jays taking on the Dodgers for Game 2 after a very entertaining, if you're a Jays fan, entertaining first game of the World Series, of course, last night. Getting home in time to watch the Grand Slam, thanks to Addison Barger. But that's not why we're here. We're here for a game not played on field, but a game played on frozen water. It's hockey, as the Voodoos are hosting the French River Rapids, as we mentioned. And the Voodoos are reeling, if you can say that, this early in the season after a 2-game losing streak. But last night was their worst loss of the season so far, and they're looking for a bounce back against the French River Rapids. You would have heard it earlier with Alex Bashavansky talking about it on the game day video. They fell 7-2 to the Greater Sudbury Cubs at the Sportsplex as the referees come out on the ice. We're just waiting for the two teams. Whereas French River's coming off a 6-2 victory last night against the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners.
Yeah, I think reeling might be a little alarmist.
I'm extreme, Ben, if anything.
We know this about you. But I think, like you said, have a 2-game skid like that after such a strong start with, such a strong loss that they received last night, that they're definitely looking for a bounce-back game. But if there's one to be had against their rivals, the French River Rapids, is a team to do that bounce-back against. They got Derek Champagne in net, and, he's always solid back there for them. And the team is strong on offense, so I'm sure they'll be firing on all cylinders tonight.
The Rapids sit last currently with a 3-11 record, while the Voodoos sit a 9-3, 0-1 on the season. The young Rapids squad is led by 16-year-old Tristan Kitchen, who has 8 goals and 7 assists in 14 games, whereas on the Voodoo side, Caden Cowell leads the team with 25 points as out with an injury, but we'll be right back on the other side of the national anthem. All right, we're just about ready for hockey here at the Sportsplex. And we were talking about Caden Cowell, who's out with an injury right now. The fourth line of the Voodoos is actually made up of 2 defensemen, with Jack Marnell and Jackson Cullen being centered by Raphael Landry. So right there with Tyler Burnett and Cowell being out of the lineup, you can kind of see the Voodoos dipping into the depth a little bit, Ben.
Yeah, they're certainly missing some key pieces to injury right now, and that certainly doesn't help their attempts to turn around this losing streak that they're on. But, they have so much depth up that lineup that even with a line that's predominantly all defense, I think they stand a good chance. I know French River always has strong goaltending, though, which I believe it's Kieran Cogran in net for them, who is their typical starter with 4.25 goals against average, but a 9.1 save percentage.
Yeah, he's looked good. He's 3-7 on the year as we're underway. The Rapids in their home white or road white jerseys are going left to right. The Voodoos in their home greens with a quick offside are going right to left. In net, you mentioned Cogran. In net for the Voodoos is Derek Champagne. He's 4-0 on the season with a 2.72 goals against average and a 9.19 save percentage. However, he was in net last weekend when they fell to the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners and was pulled in that one. So we're hoping for better results here tonight for the goaltender. Quickly, the Voodoos get the puck in. It's the captain, Justin Rousseau, on the end wall. And it comes out to Lefebvre, who gets the puck right back to Roussel, who takes a shot. And that one's blocked by Canton. Now Roussel once again taking another shot. That's in. And it's sitting there in the blue paint. And Cogran's going to get to that and make his first stoppage of this game.
Yeah, we got to see Cogran a couple times at the showcase, and he is a strong goaltender who fights for those pucks, and there we saw a perfect example of that right there, where the Voodoos did a really good job of getting bodies to the net and traffic, but he was able to find the puck and hold on to it.
Ryan Saginaw out on the draw, got it back to Jasoni. Jasoni with a shot, and that's off Barclay's skates and into the corner. Now Saginaw chasing after it. It's to Boys. Boys along the wall into the corner, gets it back for Saginaw. Saginaw looking through his options, sends the puck back to the point to Box with a shot, and that one hits Barclay and goes into the corner as well. Now it's back behind the net again. Saginaw with the puck, plays it behind the net to Barclay. Barclay comes out with possession, takes a shot. It's off the pad of Coghren. And the puck back to the blue line for DeBox. DeBox with another shot, and Coghren makes another save. And we'll get a stoppage here. 57 seconds, and now some rough stuff after the whistle as DeBox and Villeneuve is taken to the ice there right in front of the referees. No harm, no foul though.
And those are all the small things that these teams put together when they're frequently opponents. Although they haven't met this season, these teams see each other so much that they're familiar with each other, even though they haven't met in 6 months or whatever since their last meeting last season.
Well, this is also the first game as the puck rolls in on Coghren, and he's going to cover it up for Jesse Lefebvre against his former NOJHL squad. He spent his rookie season with the Rapids in 2023-24 before accepting a trade to the Renfrew Wolves of the CCHL for last season. They acquired Brad Marchand 2.0 for a development fee this summer. However, he is off to a slow start by his standards with 1 goal and 5 assists in 13 games so far for the Voodoos. Kitchen with the puck in his own, or in the Voodoo zone. It's shoveled aside by Champagne. Now it's picked up in the Voodoo zone, but given right back to French River. Now it's picked up by Bagley, who didn't play much last night after getting to a fight. And it's over for Brownlee from Pereira, but the puck was just behind him and offside.
And as you mentioned, with Lefebvre in his first season back in the NOJHL after being away, he's reunited with a couple former line mates from the Trappers time, playing in the AAA system there. He's playing with Caleb Dawson and Justin Russo, the captain. And they've been, he may not have numbers, but them as a line as a whole have put up really good numbers this season.
Landry off the draw. It's one back to Kratz. Kratz plays it up, and this is the quote-unquote defense line here as Cullen and Marnell are up playing forward. Marnell, who scored his first NOJHL goal in Sudbury, might provide a little bit of offensive spark. Now it's picked up by the Rapids, and the Voodoos are quick to get it out. Now Landry going the other way. Landry carries the puck in. He runs into some trouble, gets the puck up over for Marnell. It's in the skates though, and Landry picks it back up, goes cross ice for Roussel. Roussel with the shot, and Coghren had to be strong on that one, making another save. And French River tries to clear it. They finally do. Kratz had it off his knee and was able to backhand it back into the zone. Now French River once again with possession. Going through, gets it to the red line, dumps it in. No icing on that as it takes a strange bounce. It comes out in front of Champagne's net. Now into the corner, it's Roussel. Roussel going for a skate with some speed. Roussel gains the blue line. Roussel with the shot, and that one hits a body and goes wide. Kratz keeps it in, and it goes to the near side. Lefebvre chasing after it, but it's going to be French River who gets it to the line, and it's right back in from Rousseau. Coghren with the puck, plays it to the near side, picked up by Lefebvre now behind the net. Lefebvre looked to get it up on his stick. He was looking to go for the Michigan, but it didn't cooperate with him. Now Lefebvre, wouldn't that be something against your former team? Jasoni out for Dawson out front for Lefebvre. Lefebvre with a chance. Coghren with a save. Another chance. They score! Jesse Lefebvre and the Voodoos are in flight as Lefebvre makes his former team pay.
What a great way to say how do you do again. His first game back against them to pop a goal in, not even 3 minutes into the game, put the Powassan Voodoos up as they try and great start to end that losing streak.
Jesse Lefebvre, second of the season. We just talked about him. It's only fitting again, like you said, what a great start to pop one in against your former team. He was the theme so far that we were talking about through the first 3 minutes of this one. Bagley, that's the puck down the ice. Boys couldn't hold on to it. Now it's picked up by the Rapids. That's Giacoppi with it. Giacoppi back in. Now it's Rojo Bolton. Picked up by the Voodoos, though. It's Bagley. Bagley throws the puck back around on the far side. It's Brown. Brown back for Bagley on the near side. Bagley chips it down the ice, and it's to Boys in the neutral zone, picked up by Barclay. Now it's Brown. Brown looking to go cross ice, had Saginaw wide open. Saginaw picks up in the corner, fans on his pass, and the puck is back down into the neutral zone for Bagley to pick up. Bagley at his blue line to the near side for Brown. Brown loses control of it, and Giacopi gets to it. Sends it right back in, but Saginaw picks it up now. Saginaw sends it right back down the ice, and that's going to roll all the way down behind the Rapids net. No icing, though, as the Rapids pick it up. Down the ice it goes. Kratz in his own zone. Marcus Kratz going behind his net. He's showing some great speed, leaves it now, and is picked up by Roussel. Roussel avoids a hit from Garo, and now it's right back in for Head. Head in the Rapids zone. Stops up in the corner. Owen Head loses the puck, though, on the half wall, and French River breaks out. Puck down the ice again, and that's going to be icing waved off as the Rapids got there first. Now it's picked up by Brownlee. Down to Head. And the Rapids send it right back in. Champagne with the puck. Gets it. Now to the near side for Brownlee. Brownlee, who scored his second of the season last night to tie the game at 2. Got it to Pereira for Head. Head with the shot. Another chance off the post. Brownlee looking for his second in as many games.
I was sure that was in, Courtney.
Brownlee to the near side. Jasoni with a shot. That one's blocked up by the Rapids, and out of the zone it goes. Now Wilson Schroer tried to go cross ice, and that's going to be offside for the Rapids. 14:56 on the clock. It's 6-0 in the shot category, too, for Powassan.
Yeah, Champagne might be in for a quiet night tonight. We'll see how it develops. We're only 5 minutes into the game, so it's hard to necessarily say that, but so far he hasn't had a run. Those could be tough for a goalie, you know. You sit out there, you get ready for the game, and then nothing comes, and then nothing comes, and then all of a sudden you get a bunch of shots on you, and it's tricky.
I mean, I can only relate when it comes to playing road hockey as goalie, so. And I tell people sometimes when you're on a stacked team is here's a chance for French River. Going the other way, walking in. What a chance, what a save by Champagne. Rebound chance as well, and the goaltender makes the save as his first 2 shots are hard ones, and great saves made by the goaltender. That was Wilson Schroer with it. Still battling along the wall. Landry comes away with it. Landry has the puck now, trying to flip it down the ice for Marnell. Marnell throws his weight around, and the puck is back into French River hands. Down the ice they go. Good stick by Landry, making life tough. Now the puck out front again, French River. Back to the point for Kitchen. Kitchen with a shot, and that's blocked now. Now a chance for Lefebvre again. Jesse Lefebvre walks in. Lefebvre with the shot, and a big save made by Coghren. Lefebvre looking to get his second of the game, make it 2-0, and a big save by the goaltender. Couple of big saves by both goaltenders here in the last few moments. Puck back to the point. Dawson blocks it out. Now it's Russo. Russo with a shot that's blocked by the Rapids. Russo over for Lefebvre. Lefebvre dipsy doodles his way out of the corner but lost the puck. Now it's sent right back in. Dawson chasing after it. Puck to the half wall. A good pinch there by Kratz. Now Dawson, another shot. Cogger makes the save. Looked a little uncomfortable on that one as it was up high, and as a goaltender, obviously, high shots are never what you want to see sometimes, especially with the padding around the neck.
Yeah, I mean, when you're down in the butterfly and you have a shot coming up high, depending on your height, that could be tricky around your shoulders to hold on to, or taking a puck in the neck, and those are never great situations to be in.
Off the draw, Barclay with the shot quickly. Coghren had to be strong on that one, making another save.
And one point I wanted to make about the line that we saw a couple shifts ago was the defense line. They have some big bodies, and we saw a great shot block by Cullen that we might see some great advantages there by the team.
Another shot off the draw, another chance, rebound, they score! Ryan Saginaw, the pride of Pittsburgh, gets his 9th of the season.
And he's been great all year for the team. He's been great last year as well. Really happy to see him get one in the net. He's got to be feeling oh so high right now.
I guess you could say he's showing some great spirit on that one. Ryan Saginaw, unfortunately, his point streak ended last night. He couldn't stretch it to 13 games but now make that a point in 14 out of 13 games so far this season. What a start for Ryan Saginaw.
Yeah, that's really an incredible streak for a player to be going on. He's at 18 points on the year, I believe.
That's 18 now. 9 of them goals. He's tied Caleb Dawson for the lead in goals on this team. 9 each. And they're Billet brothers.
9 each so far.
So far. Pereira out from the corner, takes the shot, he scores! Jax Pereira makes it 3-0 for Powassan with his 6th of the season.
That was such an incredible shot for him to come around the net and just be conscious of where the goalie was in position. And we have a goaltending change on that goal as well. 12 shots into the game. Cogran's being pulled out for Bureau Morel, who is 4 losses on the season. Goals against average of 6.54 and an .843 save percentage.
Never a good sign when your starter can't make it out of the first period, let alone halfway. It's not even 8 minutes in. Brown battles for the puck. It's out front of Champagne's net. Now the puck comes out. It's Kitchen. Kitchen, the leading point getter here on the Rapids. That's Tristan Kitchen. Alexi Kitchen is the other one out on the ice. Now it's picked up by Landry. Landry walks in. Landry with a shot. And Bureau Morel had to make a good save. His first of the game. Now Kitchen picking it back up. Down the ice. Goes right back in. Roussel has it. Roussel. And the puck hits a stanchion. Takes a weird bounce. And bounces right back behind the Voodoos net. Russo with it now. Russo. Nice move to gain some speed. Or gain some zone time. And now it's down the ice. Lefebvre chasing after it. He beats the icing. Dawson in there as well. Dawson back to Roussel. Roussel tried to get a shot away. It's blocked, though, as he fanned on it. And now the puck right back down the other way. Champagne picking it up, leaves it for Roussel. Roussel fakes away from the Rapids player. Now he gets it down the ice for Kratz. Kratz forwards the puck. Dawson into the corner. Dawson gets it around to the near side for Lefebvre in the corner. Lefebvre, who got the goal scoring started, got it back for Russo. Russo lost it though. Now it's picked up by the Rapids. Big hit by Kratz. Now it's just Sony the other way. Just Sony lost it. As Kratz with a massive hit in open ice. Now the puck flipped back the other way. Picked up by the Rapids in their own zone. Wilson Shower down the ice. However, it's stopped from getting into the Voodoo zone. Now Jasoni picks it up. Far side for DeBox. DeBox gains the red line, dumps the puck in, and that bounces on Bureau Morel as it's going to go right underneath his pad, and he'll cover up.
Those are always weird ones to get as a goalie. When the puck's coming in and a player has it and it just bounces off his stick or whatever and it comes into your pads and you're not necessarily expecting the puck to be coming towards you. I mean, at my level, playing in old timers, it goes in more often than it gets stopped. But these young goalies are quite a bit more proficient than I.
Yeah, that's fair. Not that I want to downplay your saves, just like Bureau Morel with one there. Not that I want to downplay your ability to play in net.
It's yeah, not at this level for sure.
You're definitely not in your prime.
No. I mean, I'm probably as good as I've ever been.
Yeah.
But, so I'm in my prime.
Yeah, okay.
I'm certainly not prime.
Off the draw, Bagley gets it right back in. It's over for Head. Head dumps it right back in, and now it's picked up on the far side by Pereira. Pereira, who just scored a nice goal, gets another chance. And Bureau Morel making another save. The shot clock, 15-2 in favor of the Voodoos, very much different than how it was this time last night against Sudbury. The Voodoos could only manage 4 shots in the entire first period. Puck back down the ice into Rapids territory. They pick it up. French River on the move. Sends the puck down. It's Rojo Bolton. And now it's on to the far side for Head. Head chips the puck down the ice for Pereira. Pereira avoids a hit, and then he can't avoid the referee, though. As the puck, he's just going to have to send it around to the near side. Brown Picks it up, takes a hit. Got it to Brownlee. Brownlee, his pass in the middle of the ice. It was nearly picked off, and then Head almost got it back. Now another chance and another save made by Champagne as he saw that one all the way with his glove.
Yeah, that was a typical catcher save as we're heading towards 45 minutes out from start time of the Blue Jays game. We can see a little baseball action here on the ice. And I guess we're in the mid-period break, so we'll be right back after this.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for the final 9:07 on the clock of this first period. I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Ben Long. Of course, our camera operator, Mike Brown. I know why the Voodoos lost last night. We didn't wish Mike Brown a happy birthday on the broadcast.
Oh, yeah, that's bad luck. Way to ruin the game, guys.
I'm sorry. It's totally us, the broadcast crew. Totally
but with that said, happy birthday, Mike Brown.
It's always Mike Brown's birthday.
I see you have a Tim Hortons glass there. I hope you had some birthday Timbits as well.
Off the draw, French River gets it, quick shot, it goes wide of the net. Now it's to the near side. Kratz, he starts to break out. He lost it though as he fanned on his pass. Now he picks it back up. Kratz banks it off the boards and in deep. French River with the puck. In their own zone, no, the Rapids. From their own zone, sending it down the ice. That was Huey. And that'll go for icing against French River as Kratz is back first. And we've lost we've lost almost 10 seconds on the clock. It just keeps going.
Still running here. I know it's a new clock guy. He ran it last night. Was his first time doing a Voodoos game, so.
Yeah. Well, we just lost 10 seconds of the game. They didn't change it, so.
10 seconds closer to being home watching those Jays.
Off the draw, French River gets it right back into the Voodoo zone. Puck comes out. Good play by Cullen, the former captain of those U18 Trappers last year, making a good defensive play, even though he's playing as a forward here tonight. And the puck down the ice. Now Jasoni kicks the puck up for Landry. Landry to Cullen. Cullen goes cross ice. His pass is picked off, though. Now going the other way once again. Good chance for the Rapids, and Champagne had to make a good save. Now the puck on the half wall. French River just content to cycle it into the corner. Get it back to Ferris, but it's out and past him. Down the ice, Garrow with it now. Garrow down the ice, banks it off the wall. It's going to go down to the Voodoo zone for icing as Brown's the first one back. And we'll get a stoppage here. And now Brown having some issues holding onto his stick as he drops it after the play.
Yeah, that got stuck in the doorway there. Our stanchions we usually talk about affecting our game up here, but that doesn't affect the game on the ice. But there is sometimes a little bit of a gap there, and sticks can get stuck.
Off the draw. The Rapids with possession again. Down the ice is picked up by Brown, though. He gets it up. Dawson, nice little pass to Lefebvre. Lefebvre walking back in, takes the shot. That's blocked by the Rapids. And now, still behind the net, battling for it. And falling on the puck as the puck comes onto the back of the netting. And we'll get a stoppage here.
Oh, we're getting a little bit of...
Is that Jesse Lefebvre mixing things up?
No. Can't see him getting a face wash from anyone about anything.
No, not at all.
But no punches or anything were thrown. Cooler heads prevail, and we're lining up for our face-off here to the Trapper side of Bureau Morale. That's Matisse Bureau Morale.
Oh, and the Voodoos are deciding to change the line at the last second here. Saginaw's line's coming out now. Saginaw, who scored a nice goal earlier this period. Puck to the near side. Brown couldn't keep it in. He read the play right, just couldn't hold it. Now Brown on the Voodoos blue line battling for it. Rojo Bolton in there with him as well. Saginaw digging away at it, and Saginaw comes away with it. Saginaw going for a skate. Puck's knocked away from him. And now it's right back down into the neutral zone. Picked up by Begley, though. Begley got to the near side. Brown able to chip it away from the Rapids player. Canton, that was right on him. Now it's Brown again. Brown flips it right back in. And Saginaw's going to chase after it. Saginaw battling with it in behind the net. He loses the puck. And now the Rapids quickly on the counterattack. To the near side. Roussel with a good stick has the puck away from Canton, and it's up and into the netting and out of play.
Well, that's such a big part of hockey. So you hear anytime you're in hockey circles, especially talking defense, you always hear active sticks, and that was a great play by Roussel to break up a pass that, you know, had it not flipped off over the glass, they could have had a quick turnaround the other direction with the puck.
Off the draw, Kratz picks it up. Kratz gets it up the ice for Head. Head leaving it for Pereira. Back for Head. Head going around behind the net. Out front, he had Brownlee in a wide open cage as he had gotten Matisse Bureau-Morel to bite on that. Now Brownlee picks it up. Brownlee walking in. Brownlee, just a couple of nifty moves there, but lost the puck ultimately. Now it's right back to the blue line, picked up by Pereira. Pereira flips it in on the far side. Picked up by Kratz. Kratz for Head. Head in the corner, battling for it. Puck underneath some bodies. Now Pereira comes away with it. Pereira cuts to the front of the net. Now a good chance as the puck was sent over for Brownlee. It bounced away from him. Right back down into Voodoo's territory. It's picked up, and now we're going to see our first penalty of the game called, and it's going to go against Powassan, a team who struggled on the penalty kill last night.
And they're an odd team that way, that sometimes the penalty kill is a little bit rough, but sometimes their penalty kill is great. I know right off the start of the season we saw a few times where they were scoring goals off the penalty kill.
Well, they were getting scored on the penalty kill last night, and they were giving up shorthanded goals as well. So it was just all around bad experience. It's Roussel who's in the box for 2 minutes or less. 5:58. Off the draw, the Rapids get to it. Dawson whacks at it, and the puck comes to the blue line and out. So French River is going to have to tag up. That's Rojo Bolton that had it. He gets it up. Clark with the puck now in the neutral zone, goes back into his own zone. Clark banks the puck down the ice, and it's going to get picked up by the Voodoos in their own zone. Jasoni in there. Jasoni comes away with it, and Jasoni quickly sends the puck all the way down the ice. Bureau-Morel out to play the puck, gets it to Rojo Bolton. That's Huey. Huey with some speed through the neutral zone. Huey had the puck knocked away from him, but they're able to keep it in. Clark, far side, Head chips it down the ice. Bureau-Morel picks it up behind his net, leaves it there. Rojo Bolton now, out of his own zone. Rather, that's Canton. His pass picked off by Bagley. Bagley's going to send it right back down. 50 seconds left on the man advantage for French River. They haven't really been able to muster much to this point. Right back the other way. Flipping it in. Puck to the near side. Villeneuve gets to it. Villeneuve nearly knocked off the puck. Now Kitchen sends it right back in. Behind the net. Over for Villeneuve. Villeneuve takes a shot. Champagne with the save. As that's her first shot so far with 20 seconds left on the man advantage. Villeneuve, he passes it cross ice and it's out of the zone. Now the Rapids going right back in. Bagley gets to it. Bagley sends it around. It can't be kept in. 5 seconds. That should all about do it here as Roussel's going to rejoin the play, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. 3:50 left in this first period. It's 3-0 Powassan. And the puck flipped in. Champagne's going to glove it down and just get the whistle blown.
That's always good when you get off a penalty kill. You get a whistle, even if it's in your own zone. That's not ideal, but allows you to get your lines back together and get your positioning back onto even strength footing with 3 minutes and 49 seconds left in the period. The Voodoos are up 15-5 in shots.
Another chance off the draw. It's blocked by Head. Now Head with some speed. Head down the ice. Gets a sharp angle chance. And Bureau-Morel makes the save on that. That was one where the puck kind of got a little bit too far away from Head and he ran out of real estate real quick.
He had a great chance on the penalty kill as well where he made a block, and I thought he was going to be away with the puck, but didn't quite get it there, but he got it that time. And he ended up getting a little shot. It was a sharp angle last-minute shot, but the goalie was able to hold on to it.
Now the other way goes Giacopi. Giacopi with the puck. Lost it though, and now Powassan picks it back up. It's Head. Head in his own zone. Trying to show off some speed. He does. He gets down into Rapids territory. Head leaves it for Pereira. Pereira back to the point for Roussel. Roussel for Brownlee. Brownlee takes a shot that's blocked before it even got to Bureau Morel. Now a sharp angle chance goes back to the blue line, and Kratz picks it up in the neutral zone. Kratz for Roussel. Roussel back on the ice. Head, who was going off for a change, just stops up and whacks the puck into Rapids territory so the Voodoos can get a change in. Back the other way. Picked up by DeBox. DeBox tries to pass it down the ice. Now it's to the near side for Jasoni. Landry takes a hit. Jasoni with a sharp angle chance. And the rebound comes out all the way back to the blue line for Landry. Now played to the near side. Cullen gets to it. Cullen flips it back in around deep. Now it's Landry. Landry knocked down. But the Rapids get to it and send it right back out. Jasoni with the puck in the neutral zone. Couldn't quite hold on to it as he reached for it. Now he's just going to dump it right back in. Now we'll get a stoppage here with 2:21 on the clock. Still 3-0 Powassan.
And the Voodoos are changing lines again to have their first line coming out and have the face-off to the blocker side of Bureau Morale, who's so far in this game has a spotless record. But Powassan, I'm sure, is looking to change that before this period ends.
On the draw, it's Rousseau. Rousseau tied up his man, Maxwell. And Bagley tried to keep the puck in. Now it's right back down the ice, and Roussel will get to it. Roussel leaves it for Bagley. Bagley has the puck. Goes cross ice. His pass out of the reach of Rousseau. No icing those. The Rapids were able to get to it first. French River in their own zone, in through the neutral zone now. Going for a skate. That's Clark. Clark walks in, takes a shot, he scores! Clark beats Champaign cleanly. It's a 3-1 game as Clark gets his second of the season.
And that goal looked like almost a video game style goal where you cut into just the top of the circles and cut across and you get a good shot from the center slot area and just beat the goalie right above the pad below the gloves.
Clean shot, clean goal against Derek Champaign. That's Jeremy Clark. Absolute snipe from the Rapids.
And that puts us into the dangerous territory of it being only a 2-goal lead for the Voodoos.
Off the draw, Huey. Huey flips it down the ice. And Kratz will beat out the icing. So we'll get a stoppage here now, minute 40. 4 goals scored in this opening frame. Shots on goal 17-6 in favor of Powassan.
Yeah, the shots are pretty heavily in favor of Powassan, and I mean the 3-1 lead's not bad to come out of first period.
Off the draw, Saginaw got it to Boys. Boys couldn't hold on to it. Now it's Barclay on the far side. Barclay back for Boys. Boys right back down the ice as it's away from Kratz. Kratz picks it up, gets it over for Jasoni on the near side. Jasoni flips it in. And the puck's off the end boards by the Rapids. Boys pinching up. Got it back for Jasoni, though. Jasoni with a shot. And Bureau Morel kicked that one aside. Now Saginaw comes away with it. Saginaw cutting to the middle. Tried to flip it over to the far side. Now a chance for the Rapids the other way. Good stick by Jasoni to break that up, though, as he came back with a lot of speed. Now it's Saginaw right back in. Saginaw walks it, takes the shot, he scores! Ryan Saginaw, his second of the game, his 10th of the season.
And with that goal, Ryan Saginaw takes over the team lead for goals with 10 goals. And that was just a great play. He coughed up the puck earlier, and Jasoni fortunately was able to get back and make a great defensive play. And Ryan Saginaw that time didn't make any errors, got the puck in the back of the net.
I'm sure there's a little bit of friendly competition between the Billup brothers on that one. Lefebvre in for the draw. And we're back underway here with 55 seconds on the clock. It's now a 4-1 game, as Bureau Morel has allowed his first goal so far. Dawson beats the puck into the behind the net. Now he picks it up in the corner. Out front, he had Rousseau, but Rousseau wasn't really in a shooting spot as he got the puck on his backhand. Now Lefebvre throws his weight around on the far side. Couple of bodies collide. 30 seconds on the clock. Lefebvre comes away with it. He falls. Now the Rapids the other way. Good stick by Dawson, negates that briefly. Now it is back to the Rapids. Garo with a chance and a good pass right back to the front of the net, but maybe a pass too many as the puck goes away without a chance for the Rapids. Now back up the ice for Lefebvre. Lefebvre tries to cut to the middle, and the puck's off his stick and rolls towards the net. Now right back the other way. Picked up by Roussel. He's got 5 seconds to work with, and he's going to play it back to Jasoni. That should do it here for this opening period. It's a 4-1 game after 20 minutes of play in favor of the Voodoos. Shots on goal 19-6 as well in favor of Powassan. Ben, your final thoughts on the opening frame before we go to our intermission?
Aside from that unfortunate goal against that we saw just a few minutes before the period ended, that period was really Powassan Voodoos taking it to the French River Rapids. And I mean, like I said earlier though, as a goalie, if you're seeing not a whole lot of action, for all of a sudden to have a good chance on a shot high in the slot, you know, sometimes your head's not quite at the competitive level it needs to be at, and we saw a puck go in the net.
It was a good shot by Clark, Jeremy Clark, that did beat Derek Champagne to break the goose egg on that side of things. But if you're the Voodoos, you got to be very happy with that period after how last night went, especially the last two games went, especially for Powassan. Again, it's a 4-1 game. I'm Courtney. He's Ben. We'll be back on the other side of this first intermission.
And we welcome you back here to the Powassan Sportsplex. We'll take a quick look around the NOJHL. Currently, at the end of the first period, Espanola is beating the Hearst Lumberjacks 1-0. We're about to start the second period here in Powassan. Powassan's up 4-1 over the French River Rapids. We have the Battle of the Sioux going on tonight. And the Sioux Eagles are up 2-1 after the first period against the Sioux Thunderbird. And halfway through the first period, the Timmins Rock and the Iroquois Falls Storm are tied 0-0.
Thank you very much, Ben, for taking us through a quick road trip of the NOJHL. That's a lot of stops in just a short amount of time.
You know, the Toronto Raptors can move their home opener for a Blue Jays World Series game. I'm surprised there's so much NOJHL action going on tonight.
Well, yeah, and I mean, not only that, but the Maple Leafs convinced the Sabres to move their time.
Yeah.
And then the Leafs changed their time today as well. But everything I've seen out of Buffalo is they're supporting the Jays, especially the Bills. So
yeah, it seems to be the case.
I'm here for it as a Bills fan. They could really use a win as we're back underway here in the second period. The Voodoos in their home greens are going left to right, and the Rapids in their road whites are going right to left as the puck is quickly into Voodoos territory. Now it's on to the far side. Dawson's able to get the puck down the ice, and now it's Russo. Russo with some speed. Russo walks in, tried to feather a pass across to Lefebvre, and the puck's out of his reach, and the Rapids clear it all the way down the ice for icing as the Voodoos now will get an offensive zone draw.
Speaking of the Jays, we're 15 minutes to game time, so
but who's counting?
Let's get this hockey over with. It's very rare that I want hockey to end so I can watch baseball, but
I was gonna say, I remember when we went down to a game at the end of August and you were baseball.
I really was. And after this series, I will be again until they're in the World Series again.
Puck on the near side. Kratz has it in his own zone. Flips it up for Barclay. Barclay quickly into the Rapids zone. Now it's picked off by the Rapids, and here's a chance the other way. Walking in. It goes wide, and it just kicked away from Champagne. Now the puck back to the blue line. It's kept in by the Rapids. Now picked up by Saginaw. Saginaw stops up. Nice play there as he was able to just backhand the puck in for Boys. Boys on the far side, battling for it. It's picked up on the half wall now by the Rapids, and away they go on the counterattack. French River into the Voodoo zone. Picked up and sent in. Big hit drawn there by DeBox. And the Voodoos have possession. DeBox with it. DeBox with the puck. Right behind the net for Jasoni. Jasoni for DeBox. DeBox on the near side now carries the puck down the ice. Reed DeBox flips it in. And Wilson's going to go get it in the corner. Wilson going for a skate. Gets it up. Moracek try to get a piece of it. Now it's right back to the Voodoos. Flipped to the blue line but not out. Garo kept it in. Now it's Head twisting and turning in his own zone for DeBox. DeBox down the ice. Head was able to shovel it down. Now it's going to get picked up by Tracy in his own zone. Now Wilson with it. Wilson lost it. Head picks it up. Head in the corner, plays it around behind the net for Brownlee. Brownlee nearly lost a step. He gets the puck back though, and he plays it to the corner and thrown quickly on net. Bureau Morel had to kick that one into the corner. And the Rapids pick it right back up. Down the ice they go. It's off a stick and into the roof of the Sportsplex. So we'll get a stoppage here as the puck went out of play.
And 2.5 minutes into this second period of play here, the shots are 20-6 in favor of the Powassan Voodoos over the French River Rapids, but so far this period, the Rapids have come out strong and had some good possession time inside the Voodoos' end as the Voodoos are changing right before this face-off right outside the blue line.
Off the draw, the Rapids win it as Ferris at the red line dumps it in. And chasing after it is Roussel, but it's out of his reach. Picked back up by the Rapids. Marnell now picks it off in his own zone and skates it up for Cullen. Cullen leading the rush, dumps the puck in. And now it's played onto the far side for the Rapids. Marnell hits the ice. And the puck out to the neutral zone again. Bagley with it. Bagley flips it right back in. Marnell chasing after it. And now Alexi Kitchen on the far side. Battling for it on the far side wall. The Voodoos came away with it briefly, but now the puck's knocked away from them. And it's to the near side. Kratz pinched in, got the puck back to the far side. It's out to the slot for Landry. And the shot hit the boards and landed back out on top of the net. So we'll get the play whistled dead on that.
One of the things I'm liking about that defensive line is the physicality that they're bringing. They have some good checking, but you can see that they're still a little defensive minded, that they're covering really well for pinches, so it kind of might give the defensive players a little bit of edge to pinch on plays.
Russo off the draw. Lost it though. Now Lefebvre keeps it in. It's picked up by Russo. Russo in for Dawson. Dawson tried to feed it out front for Russo. Another chance by Lefebvre, and the puck goes wide. Now it's right back down the ice. Lefebvre in his own zone. Lefebvre for Kratz. Kratz down the ice. It's off his stick. And they're going to wave off the icing on that. Now it's back to the blue line. Flipped down the ice by French River. And if the puck settles down, which it will, Jasoni gets to it first. Jasoni with the puck. Jasoni gives it away, but it's picked back up. And now Wilson has a chance. Wilson walking in. Champagne had to make a good save on that one after Jasoni tried to feed the puck down the ice, and it was picked off by the Rapids.
Yeah, that was a great pickoff play by the Rapids. It led to a great chance, but Champagne was sharp and made sure we keep the score at 4-1. With a face-off now to his glove hand side. With the southpaws on this team.
There's quite a few of them, eh?
2 out of the 3 goalies, which is an anomaly for sure.
Rapids with the puck in their own zone. McGuire with it. It was out for Barclay briefly, but he couldn't hold on to it. Now it's right back down to the Voodoo zone. DeBox has it. DeBox to the far side for Roussel. Roussel now with some speed through the neutral zone. Roussel had the puck just poked away from him. And it's picked up by the Rapids. Now Roussel picks it off. Roussel back for DeBox. DeBox twists and turns back into his own zone. Throws it back over to the far side for Roussel. Now DeBox with it. DeBox up the ice for Saginaw. Saginaw quickly cross ice for Boys. Boys looking through his options. Throws it to the near side. Saginaw with a shot. And that one fluttered over the net. Now Jasoni with another chance. That one goes wide. It's Bagley at the point. Bagley with a shot. And Burrow Morel making the save on that.
There was a lot of near-miss shots there that just kind of kept going past the net, but Bagley made sure to throw it right on net, and Burrow Morel was able to hold on to it. Have a face-off off to his glove hand side here. 21-7 the shots so far. 15:07 left in the second period.
Off the draw, it's Head with a good shot. And that one's turned aside by Burrow Morel. Now Bagley throws it back towards the net, and that one hits a stick and goes wide. Back out front, good chance. Saved by Burrow Morel off that one from Jax Pereira, who's been dangerous all game. This line has been dangerous all game. This line sans Caden Cowell, with Owen Head moving up, has looked really good. Now into the corner on the far side. Still battling for it. It's just pinned along the boards. Puck does come loose. And the Voodoos try to get it back, but it's picked off by the Rapids. Now Head doing a good job of keeping the puck in. And it's still kept in by the Voodoos, but now finally the Rapids will get the puck out. Picked up by Brownlee in the neutral zone. Brownlee creates some space, gets it to Head. Head walks in, goes around to the far side. Back to the point for Jasoni. Jasoni into the wall. Jasoni plays it around. It's going to come to Head. Head's going to kick it back. Now it's going to be picked up on the far side by the Rapids. Esgaro. Now out front, good chance there for Pereira. He didn't get all of it, and the puck went into the corner harmlessly. Now Jasoni in the neutral zone after the Rapids dumped it out. It's Bagley with it. Back for Jasoni. Jasoni flipping the puck back down the ice, and Pereira, who stayed on during a change, tipped it right back in. Now Wilson down the ice. It's going to bounce past Kratz, and now Rojo Bolton with a chance. And that one hit off the corner of the net and went into the corner real quick. That was a weird bounce for the puck off the netting. Now it's Marnell. Marnell can't quite get the puck out, though. And onto the far side, Rojo Bolton sends it right back in. Kratz behind his net. Picks it up. Floats the puck to the far side. And it's going to be sent down the ice by Landry. Picked off by the Rapids. Now Marnell gets to it. Marnell dumps it forward. Marnell sticks out of his hands. And now Kratz fighting with Marnell's stick. Dumps it right back in. Bit of a weird bounce there with Marnell losing his stick. Now the Rapids through the neutral zone is picked up by Lefebvre. Lefebvre up for Dawson. Dawson walking in. Dawson takes the shot. Save made by Burrow Morel. Now it's Lefebvre. Lefebvre in the corner. He's twisted to the ice. Penalty coming now. And the Voodoos will get their first power play of the game as Lefebvre was taken down to the ice awkwardly, but he's no worse for wear.
That was certainly an easy holding call for the ref in the back there watching the play as it came along. As Lefebvre tried to step out towards the front of the net and was just grabbed and spun around. But Dawson looked particularly dangerous on that shift with a good shot and a near setup again as well somewhere else in that shift that I'm sure he's trying to catch up to his billet brother in goals, but with this line change, Saginaw's out there manning the point for the power play.
Yeah, usually it's Bagley and Cowell, but of course Cowell's not out there right now. Bagley with the shot, that one hit a body and went wide of the net. Now it's Pereira far side. Saginaw looking for the hat trick, threw it towards the net, and that one didn't quite make it there. Now Saginaw in the corner, playing the puck down the ice for Bagley. Bagley at the point. Bagley back over for Saginaw. Save made by Burrow Morel there on that one. And we'll get a stoppage here as the puck went out of play.
And that was a great chance by Saginaw and a great setup by Bagley. This first power play unit seems to be passing really well, and without their main shooter in Cowell being out for today's games, they're looking no worse for the wear.
Off the draw, it's Saginaw gets to it. Saginaw along the wall. Saginaw avoids the sticks of the Rapids. Now it's back to the point for Bagley. Bagley to the far side for Saginaw. Saginaw to the near side for Pereira. Pereira takes a shot. That one hit a leg and went wide. Now in deep for Head. Head for Pereira. Pereira back to the point for Bagley. Bagley backhands it far side to Saginaw. Saginaw now back in for Head. Head behind the net, now into the corner. Up for Pereira on the wall. Pereira looks through his options. Pereira still going for a skate, switches places with Bagley. Bagley with a shot. That one hit a body and went wide. Now Head banks it in. Off the boards, Owen Head. Power play goal. And that's his third of the season. It's 5-1 Voodoos.
That was such a weird bounce off the back wall from Bagley's shot to come back out. But good quick thinking by Head to be paying attention for that bouncing puck to bat it in. And we are now up to 5-1 lead for the Powassan Voodoos with 11:39 left in the second period.
Owen Heads looked good all game. And to see him get rewarded with a goal there, that's going to be a big feather in his cap. Lefebvre off the draw, now it's Kratz. Kratz goes far side for Roussel. Roussel back for Kratz. Kratz walks through, splits the defense, goes far side now. Got it to Russo. Russo in the corner. Dawson came in, tried to pick it up on the flyby. Gets it back for Russo. Now it's for Lefebvre. Lefebvre. His pass picked up by Roussel. Roussel with a shot. Burrow Morel made the save on that. Now Kratz keeps it in. And it's batted down by the Rapids. And down the ice it goes. Now a good chance the other way for Moracic. Out front though. And his pass is picked up by Russo. Russo couldn't quite get it to his man. And it's picked up by Dawson now. Dawson up for Lefebvre. Lefebvre, he has Kratz. Lefebvre takes a shot. And Burrow Morel had to block that one aside. Now back down, it's Russo with the puck. Russo got it to Lefebvre, dumps it right back in. Now Dawson in deep. Dawson tried to backhand it out front. No one was there as it hits the net. And it's back to the half wall. DeBox picks it up. DeBox out of the blue line, threw it towards the net. Looking for a tip, it goes wide. Now it's back in for Saginaw. Saginaw in the corner. Flips it around to the near side. And the Rapids will pick it up. And with some space, they'll go for a skate. That's Wilson. Wilson. He had the puck knocked away from him by Boys. Now it's Barclay walking. Barclay takes a shot. He scores! Pavel Barclay. What a goal. Bar down for his first in the NOJHL.
That was just a beautiful shot by Barclay to step into the zone and not get too far in before firing it off, and pin perfect shot.
Pavel Barclay all the way from South Carolina playing up here in Powassan. What a trip just to get up here to play some hockey.
Yeah, that's a good distance from home. And, that's farther than I ever went to play hockey, I tell you that for sure.
Yeah, you only have to go 2 blocks away now.
If I can't walk to the rink, I'm not playing.
Bagley off the boards. And now the puck is going to come in offside, so we'll get a stoppage here at 10:06. I would just like to point out the shots on goal are 28-7. The Voodoos have almost as many goals at 6 as the Rabbits have in shots at 7.
Allegedly 28-7 shots.
Allegedly, yes. That's if you're doing the shot counter.
Yeah, that's fair.
Puck comes in. Champagne's going to just glove it down and get the stoppage there.
Yeah, there's been a couple points where the Rapids had a few minutes where they just looked really strong, and then all of a sudden the Voodoos would take over for a significant chunk of time.
Pereira off the draw, wins it out. However, Ferris is going to pick it up and dump it right back in. Now it's Champagne for Roussel. Roussel skates through the neutral zone. Roussel to the far side. He got it to Brownlee. Brownlee threw it to the near side. His pass hit a stick, and the Rapids are going the other way. It's Rojo Bolton. Now Roussel tried to line up a hit, and Rojo Bolton just got out of the way of that. Now Rojo Bolton had it off his stick quickly, and Roussel picks it up. Roussel to the near side for Bagley. Bagley going to dump the puck down the ice. It's going to be picked up now by Brownlee. Brownlee takes a shot. That one's blocked aside by Barreau Morel. Now it's in for Head. Head, who just scored a nice bank goal. He's twisting and turning in the corner. Owen Head tried to get it back to Brownlee. Rojo Bolton gets to it. Now it's played back to the point for DeBox. DeBox at the blue line takes the shot. That one's off a stick and bounces wide. Now it's Pereira. Pereira in behind the net now. Pereira looking through his options. Twisted around. Got a pass over for Head on the near side. And that one's off this side of the net for Barreau Morel. I'm getting a little bit of contact on that as well. 8:51 left. And the puck's going to come out of play. That should bring us to our mid-period break.
Yeah.
No?
They seem to be lining up for the face-off, but
okay, never mind.
maybe puck out of play is one of the ones that they don't break for.
Well, either way, we're back underway. It's DeBox on the far side. He dumps it in. Cullen takes his man off the play. Now to the near side again. Kratz keeps it in. Kratz, sharp angle, looked to pass it out front. He fanned on it. Then the second chance hit the skates of Rojo Bolton and didn't go anywhere. Now DeBox with it. DeBox in his own zone. Sends the puck down the ice. It's picked up again on the far side by Landry. And the Rapids have it once again. French River out of the zone. Back to Villeneuve. Villeneuve sends it in. Champagne is just going to cover that one up. And we'll get a stoppage here. And now will that be our mid-period break?
I believe we should begin. Yeah. So we're heading off for a mid-period break. We'll be right back after this.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for the second half of this second period. It's 8:14 left on the clock. 6-1 Voodoos lead. And the shots on goal, 30-8 in favor of the Voodoos. Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Ben Long and birthday boy Mike Brown on the camera.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Yeah, he looks real thrilled with us.
Yeah.
Hey, if there's a joke that's ever going to get old, much like Mike's age, it's this one.
Mike's gotten very old, unlike this joke.
He must just love the showcase because depending on which rink we're doing, he either ages 8 times in 2 days or four times over 2. This year he wasn't so bad on them. As now looks like we're waiting to get something going. I think the Voodoos
are short of player?
Yeah, they're willingly playing shorthanded. Okay. As now they got Bagley out there. Off the draw, the Voodoos get out of their zone. It's Russo. Got it down the ice. Bagley to Lefebvre. It's picked off by Wilson, though. As now on the near side, Bagley picks it up. Bagley back for Jasoni. Jasoni gets it down the ice for Dawson. Dawson lost it though. And that one was picked up by Kitchen on the far side. Still battling for it, Russo and Dawson. And the puck comes loose, but the Rapids still have it. Now Russo still battling for it. Russo got it back to the blue line. Jasoni picks it up. Back for Russo. Russo tried to feather it across. Now it's picked up again by the Rapids, and back down the ice it goes. Jasoni picking it up. Jasoni back into the corner. Now it's Bagley. Bagley up for Dawson. Dawson, nice stick work, gets it up for Lefebvre. Lefebvre with some speed. He has Wilson all over him though. Now Jasoni tries to push it forward towards the net, and it'll be picked up by Bureau Morel, and he'll get a stoppage here with 7:13 left on the clock.
Yeah, that was a bit of an awkward moment there where Wilson Shore was standing right in front of Bureau Morel, and neither of them particularly wanted to take the puck for themselves, and Wilson Shore just kind of pushed the puck into Morel, and he held on to it and then took exception to Lefebvre standing there.
Off the draw again, Kratz is able to keep it in. Briefly though, is Clark the lone goal scorer so far for French River. Gets it down the ice. McGuire now. He's taken hard into the boards by Kratz. Battle for it on the near side. Picked up again by Clark. Clark twisting and turning, couldn't get away from Kratz though. Barclay, who scored the most recent goal for the Voodoos, is in there, and he's knocked to the ice. Now it's Kratz. Picked up by Roussel. Roussel carries the puck over the blue line. Roussel goes cross ice, was looking for Boys. Boys was tied up though. And now the Rapids back the other way. McGuire dumps it in. Picked up in the Voodoo zone by Saginaw, but now it's given right back to Clark. Clark behind the net. Back to the point. Good chance there. Sent on net. That one hit a body and went wide. Now it's flipped around on the near side. Barclay tries to get to it. Barclay couldn't quite beat his man. And now the puck sent right back down by the Voodoos. Boys chasing after it. Boys is knocked to the ice as Kitchen's going to get to it in his own zone. Clark has the puck down the ice. Wilson gets to it, so no icing. Now Champagne's out to play the puck. And Roussel picks it up. Roussel leaves it behind for DeBox. DeBox with the puck. Gets it down the ice. That hit a body, they say, so no icing. Now as Brownlee's in on it. Brownlee to head. It's back to the point. Jasoni gets to it. Jasoni tries to get a shot away. It's blocked. Now it's Head on the far side. Back for Jasoni. Jasoni gets around, creates some space. Now it's into the corner. Still battling on the far side. French River tries to get it out. It's past Jasoni and down the ice. Now Bagley whacks the puck back down the ice, but it stops up at the Rapids bench, and it's sent right back into the Voodoo zone. Bagley gets to it. Bagley behind his net. Bagley going for a skate. Good stick there by the Rapids, but couldn't quite get anything out of it. That's Garo, as now it's Pereira. Pereira walking in, and there will be a penalty now as Pereira was hauled to the ice. He throws it out front. Kratz couldn't quite get it on the backhand, as he was in a prime spot to let a puck loose from. Now Saginaw back for Kratz. Kratz twists and turns, gets it back in for Saginaw. Saginaw still battling. Now the puck is loose, and the Rapids will finally touch it. And the Voodooos will get their second power play of the game and second power play of the period with 4:53 on the clock.
There's a little bit of tempers flaring there as the whistle went, and the Voodoos have to make sure that they're not taking an extra 2 minutes to even it out when they have the man advantage here. Tracy in the box. He's getting 2 minutes for tripping, I'm sure. Yep, there's a ref signals. We have 2 minutes for tripping. And Powassan lines up to the glove hand side for their upcoming power play attempt. They're currently leading 31-8 in the shots category, 6-1 in the goals category.
Voodoo's 1 for 1 on the power play already. They're going to start with their other unit now after the first unit scored on the first attempt. And it was pretty quick as well, but now here comes a chance shorthanded. Villeneuve down the ice. Villeneuve flips it on net, and that's going to be gloved aside by Champagne as he's going to put it right back down to continue the play. Now Dawson walking in. Dawson with a shot. That one hits a body. Now the puck rolling towards the net. Russo picks it up, gets it back for Lefebvre. Lefebvre back to Kratz. Kratz for Roussel. Roussel sends it right back in. Russo there as well. And Lefebvre will play it into the corner for Dawson, who sends it back for Russo. Russo to Dawson. Dawson out front for Lefebvre. Now it's Russo on the doorstep. Another chance. Kratz. Couple of big saves made by Burrow Morel on that. As the Voodoos threatening, now it's Dawson at the point. Dawson with a shot. That's another save made by Burrow Morel. Rebound is right there. Kratz has it kicked towards the net. And somehow, some way, Burrow Morel keeps all of those chances out of the net as he was down on the ice a couple of times.
Burrow Morel really fought on that one and managed to keep the puck out and keep the score 6-1. Powassan had some really good chances, as you just mentioned. He was moving back and forth a lot, made some great rebound saves, and was able to keep the score at what it is as Powassan changed and has what is typically their first power play line now out on the ice.
Pereira on the draw, wins it back to Saginaw. Saginaw couldn't quite get the puck to cooperate though, and someone had to poke it back to the defense as now the Rapids try to get it out of their zone. Whether or not Saginaw hit it with his glove, I don't know, but the puck hit the meshing anyways and goes out of play.
Yeah, it looks like they're saying Saginaw didn't touch the puck, that it was just off the glass and out, as faceoff is still inside the French River zone.
Off the draw again is Pereira, but now it's into the corner. Boyes takes his man into the boards, and Saginaw picks it up. Saginaw comes away with it. He pokes it forward. It's going to be picked up now by the Voodoos as Boyes has it behind the net. Boyes to Head. Head for looking through his options, leaves it for Pereira on the half wall. Pereira gains some space. Pereira threw it cross ice, was looking for Boyes in the slot. Now it's Boyes behind the net. Boyes in the corner. Back to the point for Saginaw. Saginaw looking through his options, goes cross ice. Pereira was there, but the pass was disrupted by a good stick. Now it's Saginaw on the far side again. Saginaw to Pereira. Pereira with a shot. And Burrow Morel making the save there, as that play might have just taken too long to develop from Pereira as he got the puck and couldn't quite get it off right away.
Yeah, he didn't get a quick shot there, and Burrow Morel had a chance to square up to him and made the original save, and the puck fell loose, and Head was there, but Morel was able to grab it before Head could do any damage, and the Rapids pushed him out of the way quickly, but he ended up landing on Burrow Morel, but no one's hurt, and no one's going to the box for extra time.
Off the draw, kept in by Roussel, showing off his bunting skills, as Dawson now got it to front, but now it's picked up by Kratz again. Kratz for Roussel. Roussel twisting in, goes out front. His pass for Russo, it didn't quite reach its target. Now we're back to 5-on-5 as Champagne plays the puck up the ice for Lefebvre. Lefebvre back for Dawson. Dawson walking in. Dawson, he's held up by Say, and guess what? Another penalty for the Rapids coming here, as Dawson was held back on that play by Say.
And that was a dangerous looking run up the center of the ice for Dawson until he was hooked and was able to draw a penalty. It looks like the Voodoos are changing lines though, and the power play unit that was typically the first power play unit being headed by Begley at the point is on the ice now for the Voodoos.
Off the draw, Villeneuve's going to get to it quickly and send it down the ice for Champagne. Voodoos 1 for 2 on the power play. All 3 attempts though have come in this period. They just had one seconds ago before this one took over. Now it's Boyes. Boyes to Saginaw. Saginaw out front looking for it. Pereira had it off his skate. Couldn't quite get a shot away as he was in a prime spot for that puck as well. Begley to the near side for Pereira now in his own zone. Pereira leaving it for Begley. Begley down the ice. It's going to hit the Voodoos bench at the boards and go right back down the ice as the Rapids got to it. Boyes for Begley. Voodoos can't get into the zone now. Sends it down the ice. It's going to be Pereira who gets to it in Rapids territory. Now Pereira behind the net. Looking through his options, plays it back for Begley. Begley with a shot. That one is picked up by Boyes as it hit a body and never made it. Now Pereira going cross ice. Saginaw with a chance. And somehow Burrow Morel. Man, someone should call the cops on him as he just robbed Saginaw.
Yeah, he was able to get across the net there real quick. Saginaw had a little fumble of the puck. I'm not sure whether it just didn't settle down for him right off the pass, but he had to hold up for a quick second before he got the shot off, and that was just enough time for Burrow Morel to get across.
Off the draw now. It's picked up by Lefebvre to Roussel. Roussel sends it in deep, and now it's Russo. Russo for Dawson on the near side. Dawson back behind the net for Russo. Now it's Dawson. Dawson, sharp angle chance. And Burrow Morel makes the save on that one. Minute 32 left in the second period. And if you're just new to the Powassan Sportsplex, well, I'd love to tell you how much time's left on the power play, but the stanchion, our friend there, takes away half the numbers.
It looks roughly like it might be 48 seconds left, but not 100% sure on that. But we have Lefebvre for the face-off for the Voodoos.
Lefebvre, it's won by the Rapids, but the Voodoos with numbers got to the puck first, but now it's picked up by the Rapids, and they try to get it out. No, now it's picked up by Roussel. Roussel with a shot as he used his soccer skills now to try and kick the puck down. Now it's Dawson with a shot up high, and Burrow Morel makes a save. Now a glove comes off as a Rapid player had tried to whack at it with his glove. He picks it back up. Kratz gets to it. That was Giacopi with the puck, or with the glove missing. Now Kratz on the far side keeps it in. Kratz doubles it forward to Russo. Russo, it's picked up by the Rapids, and now they go down the ice. Ratzik stops up, takes a shot from distance, and that's going to be the 10th shot now as Champaign will make the stop, still with seconds on the man advantage.
Yeah, we can't tell you exactly how many. It's either 3 or 8 seconds left in the power play for the Voodoos with face-off in their own zone. 47.2 seconds left in the period.
And we're back to 5-on-5 as DeBox battles for it down at the end wall. Still battling for it. It's going to come away for the Voodoos, though, as that's Landry. Landry up the ice for Cullen. Cullen carries the puck in, takes a shot from distance. It hits the end wall and bounces off the end of the net. Now it's Landry. Takes another shot. Now it's bounced on net from Cullen. Burrow Morel had to be good on that one, as that took a few strange bounces. Now the teams are renewing hostilities after the whistle.
That was some weird bouncing around before the puck got to Burrow Morel, and he was able to cover it up. And there was, I don't know, I didn't see who it was, but someone was pushing really aggressively at Marnell. That is not one boy that I would want to be battling against. Those East Coast boys are about as tough as they come, and he's not a small one.
No. We saw him get quite the air in Sudbury as Landry battles out to the front of the net. He couldn't quite get a shot away. 10 seconds on the clock. Dumped right back in. Marnell in there as well, mixing things up. 5 seconds. Cullen comes away with it. Cullen plays it back around behind the net, and that'll do it here for the second period. As we'll get the buzzer here. 6-1. A late whack on Jasoni, as that came from Wilson Shower on Jasoni, but calmer heads will prevail as both teams will go to the dressing room. Now, what I was going to say, though, about Marnell is that he scored his first goal in Sudbury, and then he jumped probably 5 feet in the air.
Yeah,
after that goal.
That was quite the exuberant leap that he displayed.
Exuberant leap. We opened the thesaurus before we came
to
the Sportsplex today. All right, Ben, your final thoughts on that second period, a period that was pretty much all Powassan.
Yeah, I mean, aside from maybe 1 or 2 shifts, like right at the start of the period, French River looked really strong for a couple minutes, and they might add 1 shift later in the period where they looked really strong. That was really all Powassan. French River took a couple really undisciplined stick penalties, hooks and trips and stuff, and they got to clean that up if they want to maintain their chances in these games, because 6-1 heading into the third, nothing's impossible in the NOJHL, but certainly doesn't look good for them.
All right, if you're at home, of course, I'm sure you probably have a couple of screens open as the Jays game has started. It's 1-0 Dodgers in the top of the first, though, as Freddie Freeman has scored, the honorary Canadian. Unfortunately, I can't help but cheer for Freddie Freeman myself, so you can't fault a guy who has dual citizenship and then plays for Canada when it's the World Baseball Classic. Yeah. So I'll never say anything bad about Freddie Freeman. Anyways, that's what we'll be looking at here during the second intermission. The Voodoos up 6-1 after 40 minutes of play. He's Ben. I'm Courtney. We'll be back on the other side of this.
Welcome back to the Sportsplex, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for our third period of hockey between the Powassan Voodoos and the French River Rapids. We'll take a quick look around the league here. Espanola Paper Kings, with starting in the third, are up 2-1 over the Hearst Lumberjacks. We have the 6-1, the score here heading into the third period. In the Battle of the Sioux, the score is tied 3-3 as they're just rounding out the second period currently. And halfway through the second period, Timmins is still up 1-0 over the Iroquois Falls Storm. And that is all we have around the league today. The LA Dodgers, last I looked, are still up 1-0 over the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, don't like that. But hey, Joe Carter went out and threw the first pitch today.
Well, I heard there's big talk that he's going to do. I didn't see the first pitch of last night's game.
It was Cito Gaston, the manager of the 92-93 teams. Only two men have managed the Blue Jays into the World Series, and that's Cito Gaston and John Schneider.
Yeah, that's not bad place for Schneider to be in himself.
No, not at all. It's a very exclusive club. Gaston made it to 2, and he won 2.
Yeah, Cito was a hero of the era.
He was. Starting as the hitting coach and working his way up to being the manager of the team as we are underway. Roussel now walking in. His stick is knocked out of his hands, and there's a delayed penalty coming to the Rapids here just 16 or 14 seconds into this third period. The Rapids and the Road Whites are going left to right in this third period, and the Voodoos with their home greens are going right to left.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy slashing call to make when a stick's knocked out of a player's hand. So Clark is in the box for 2 minutes or less, as we're only not even 15 minutes into the third period here.
Off the draw, Boys has it. Boys tried to shovel it around behind the net, but it hits the linesman's skates. Now it's back to Saginaw. Back for Head now in the corner. Head taking hard into the boards. He gets it back for Saginaw. Saginaw over for Head. Head quick pass back to the point for Bagley. Bagley's shot is stopped by Burrow Morel. And now it'll come back out and all the way down to Voodoos territory. Champagne plays it. Bagley up the ice for Pereira. And Pereira walks in. Goes cross ice now. He has a man. Good chance. Saved by Burrow Morel. Rebound is scored. Braden Bagley. What a goal by Braden Bagley. That's his second of the season. And what a play by Saginaw leading to that.
Yeah, that was a great play leading up to that. And Bagley was just in the right spot at the right time and made sure to put it home. One thing I've noticed that the Rapids have been very forward pushing and heavy on the forecheck on their penalty kill, and it's led to some rushes going the other way with odd men, and it's hard to catch your man to cover, and that left Bagley open for that goal. And not even a minute into the period, the Powassan Voodoos are up another goal, 7-1.
Rousseau looking out front, got it to Dawson. Dawson had the shot stopped by Burrow Morel. Bagley, that's his first legitimate goal here in the NOJHLs. Now there's going to be a penalty against DeBox for tripping. Bagley's first goal came against Kirkland Lake in Kirkland Lake, but it was redirected off a Gold Miners defender. So that's Bagley's first actual goal, not his second.
Into the net
direct
goal.
Into the net goal, yes. Now the Voodoos will have to kill off this penalty.
And that was another right in front of the referee, a very easy call for him to make, that, stick into the skates of a player and he falls down, and DeBox is in the box.
Off the draw, Bagley, the goal scorer, tried to get the puck back out, but now it's Kitchen that has it. Back to Giacopi. Giacopi walking the line. Goes to the near side. Marachik takes a shot. That one whistles wide. And now Rousseau is going to get the puck down through the neutral zone as a 2-on-1. Rousseau tried to feed it across for Dawson, who was wide open, but it hit the skates. That's what a great individual effort, though, by Rousseau to get the puck down the ice. Marachik now walking in. He cuts back to the point. Picked up by the Rapids. And now Dawson picks it off, sends it down the ice. And that one's just going to be out of the reach of Lefebvre, who was just coming off the bench. Lefebvre, who got the goal scoring here, started way back in the first. Now, in their own zone, Kitchen sent it cross ice. He picks it back up. Goal here is given to Marcus Kratz. I'm pretty sure that was Bagley who got the goal. Now it's flipped back in by the Rapids. Kratz on the far side. Sends it right back in. Sends it down. It's Lefebvre. Lefebvre clears the puck down the ice. 40 seconds left on the Rapids power play, and they haven't really been able to muster much of anything. Wilson with the puck in his own zone. Down the ice he goes. Clark picks it back up. Clark going for a skate, walks it in. Clark, who took the last penalty for the Rapids. Twisting and turning, throws across ice and is picked up by Pereira. Pereira has Jasoni down the ice, but he couldn't quite make the pass happen quickly. And now the puck bounces away from Bagley and is back into the Voodoo zone. Jasoni rings it around. It's going to come all the way back to Kitchen. Now they say it's Bagley on the goal. So back in, Bagley gets to it. Bagley tried to whack it down the ice. It's picked back up though by the Rapids in the Voodoo zone. As we're back to 5-on-5. Rebound chance hits the post, and Champagne knocked it past his net afterwards as the puck came right back to him. Rapids coming inches away from getting their second. Now onto the near side, it's Kitchen. Kitchen throws the puck cross ice. No one was there. There's a good stick there, knocked the puck away. And now Barclay taken hard into the boards. Wilson back to the point. The Rapids keep it in. Marnell plays it up for Pereira. Pereira flips it down the ice. Barclay's going to go off for a change. And now Alexi Kitchen with the puck. Kitchen in his own zone. Chips the puck down the ice. And Landry's going to get to it in his own zone. Landry up now. Couldn't quite get his shot or his pass out front, and it's picked off by the Rapids, who then get their first shot off on Champagne of this period. 6.5 minutes in. Canton with the puck. Down the ice he gets it, and it's going to be picked up by Kratz at his own blue line. Flips it to the near side for Roussel. Roussel back for Kratz. Kratz gets around one. Now he's going to try and get past another. Gets it up for Maxwell. Now to the near side for Cullen. Cullen dumps it in. Canton behind his own net. Has Landry all over him. Now it's out front. Saginaw with a chance. Scores! It's a hat-trick goal for Ryan Saginaw. His 11th of the season.
Well, that was another beautiful shot by Saginaw to put another one in the net. That puts him up to 12 on the season. And he is just having quite the night out there tonight. 3 of the 8 goals for the Powassan Voodoos. 44-11 is the current shots.
I believe he's got a couple of assists on the night too. We'll have to check the official scoring too to find out. Jasoni sends it in. Off the draw. He's slow to get back up after taking a hit in the neutral zone. Now it's right back down. Jasoni tries to return the favor. And now Tristan Kitchen. Kitchen, sharp angle chance. Champagne, an awkward looking save, but made the save nonetheless. Now a few more words are said after the whistle, but we'll get a stoppage here, an offensive zone draw.
Yeah, a little pushing back and forth after the whistle, a little bit of words exchanged, but nothing elevates too far. And here we have the players lining up for a face-off here.
Pereira with the puck. Off the draw, he wins it into the corner for Bagley. Bagley picks it up, gets it to Roussel. Roussel up for Pereira. And now the puck to the blue line. And sent right back down by the Rapids. Roussel gets a glove on it. Roussel flips it up the ice for Brownlee. Brownlee down the ice now. Tried to get it to Bagley. It's just out of his reach. And the puck in the Rapids zone. Down the ice once again. Bounces away from Roussel. And that'll roll in behind the Voodoo's net. Roussel to the near side for Bagley. Has the puck bounce away from him. Trying to pick it up. Now Bagley knocks Garrow down to the ice. And that just looked almost too easy for number 20 in green. Wilson with the puck at his own bench. Brownlee's all over him. Puck sent right back in for Champagne. Champagne leaves it for Bagley. Bagley off the glass, down the ice again. It's picked up by Giacoppi in the neutral zone. Puck left behind the net. Rojo Bolton with the puck. And it's going to be picked up by Brownlee at the blue line. Back for Kratz. Kratz walks in, stops up, goes around onto the far side, but he's taken off the puck now. And it's played back to the point for DeBox. DeBox shovels it right back in. Played up front now. Barclay with a chance, but the puck was knocked away from him. Barclay still has the puck. Flings it around onto the far side. It's picked up by Saginaw. Saginaw out for Barclay. Good save by Boro Morel. And the puck back in again. Now behind the net. Saginaw picks it back up. Out front, Barclay with a chance on the backhanded chance. And it's past Boys and past the net. Now Villeneuve chasing after it with Kratz. Kratz, good stick to get the puck away from him. Now he's tied up in the corner. Puck to the near side, or far side rather. It's Barclay. Barclay tried to chip at it. Couldn't get it out. Now they do. It's going to be Boys. Boys to the outside. Tries to cut to the inside. And the puck was knocked away from him. Now Saginaw. Saginaw's attempt. Knocked down the ice again by the Rapids. Jasoni chasing after it into his own zone. 12:40 on the clock. It's 8-1 for the Voodoos. Jasoni going for a skate again. Jasoni. Ankle breaker move there. That was a good chance there was Wilson Shower, who just blew a tire trying to get to Jasoni. Now sent right back into the corner for Jasoni. Jasoni battling for it. And it's picked up again by the Rapids behind their own net. Down the ice. Couldn't quite get the pass to their intended target, though, as Bagley picks it back up. Bagley rims it around on the near side. Now Wilson has it. Wilson sends it right back into Voodoo's territory. Bagley on the far side picks it up. Bagley shovels it forward. He picks it up again on the half wall and sends it down the ice. And that will result, I thought it was going to be an icing, but now it looks like they're going to call too many men on the ice against Powassan.
And just to have a minor stat update, you were correct with you believe Saginaw had 2 assists on the score sheet. Officially, he does have 2 assists and 3 goals, putting him at 11 goals and 11 assists for 22 points, and that's good enough to be well into second place for points on the team, only 3 behind team lead Caden Cowell.
Ryan Saginaw, what a find he's been, and what a player he's been too for the Voodoos this season. Coming in at the deadline last year, and then coming back, and he's just absolutely ingrained himself in this community. Kitchen has the puck, dumps it right back in. Roussel's going to get to it. Roussel looking down the ice. His pass picked off. Kitchen with a chance. Kitchen! It's saved by Champagne. As Tristan Kitchen, the leading point getter for and goal scorer for the Rapids at 15 and 8 respectively. That's not someone you want to give the puck a chance in that zone for.
No, Roussel was looking for a breakaway pass to Dawson, who would have been gone and away with the puck, but it was picked off.
Now Lefebvre with the puck, and he's just going to turn back towards his own zone. And it's picked up again by Alexi Kitchen. And into the slot again, another chance. And that one's going to go well out of play. And now we got some rough stuff after the whistle again. That's going to go out of play here, and we'll get a stoppage here with 1:07 left on the clock.
Yeah, setting up Dawson for a breakaway chance would have been one thing, but then handing off a breakaway chance to Kitchen is not something you want to be doing shorthanded. 11:05 left in the game. We have 1:07 left on the penalty. 8-1 the score for the Voodoos. 45-13 the shots currently.
Off the draw, the Rapids win it back to the blue line. On the far side now, picked up. And it's back to the point again. Rojo Bolton with it. Good stick there by Lefebvre. Knocked the puck out of the zone as Rojo Bolton still has it all the way down into his zone. As Lefebvre nearly made something out of nothing. Now it's Wilson on the near side. Wilson taking hard into the boards there by Jasoni. Back to the point. Clark twisting and turning. Puck is tipped towards the net, just goes wide by Tracy. As now it's again back out front for Head. Head couldn't corral it though as Wilson gets to it. Wilson knocked down on a hit by Head. And Clark's going to pick it back up. Now Lefebvre will get to it by the Rapids bench. Puck through the air. Picked up by Lefebvre again. And down the ice. Picked up by Tracy. Tracy nearly picked off by Barclay as we got 5 seconds left on the penalty to Landry. And that should do it. We're back to 5-on-5 here. The Voodoos killing another penalty with only one real good look coming, and that was to Kitchen on the giveaway. Rapids off the glass, down the ice. Champagne plays the puck right around. Barclay couldn't get a stick on it as the puck goes back out into the neutral zone. And now it's played to the near side for Begley. Begley couldn't quite get a hold of it, as now we're going to see another call here. I missed what the call was, though.
I didn't see what that was, but the face-off's going back the other way. It doesn't look like it was a penalty, but I'm not sure what the reason for that call is with 9:35 in the period. I thought we might have our mid-period break, but that is not the case.
That is not the case indeed, as now off the draw, the Rapids pick it back up and go the other way. Wilson Shower with it. That looked offside to me, but play on, they say. That's why the linesmen are on the line. Now it's Kratz to Cullen. Cullen looking down the ice. He was trying to get it to Marnell. Marnell's just going to get the puck off him and send it down the ice. Now the Rapids, Burrow Morel had it beside him, and he picks it up. And now some rough stuff happening after the whistle here, as we got two wrestle matches on the ice. Landry in one, and I believe Marnell in the other. No, it's Cullen who was in the other. And now still Landry still involved in the other one. And he's going to come away, and there's going to be an equipment sale on the ice as well.
There was a couple people on Cullen knocking him down, but he managed to grab one of the guys that he was wrestling with and get on top. And I didn't entirely see the Landry scuffle because it was across the pile from us, so there were too many bodies in my way for me to make much of it.
Landry and Cullen are going to the box. Alexi Kitchen on the other side for French River. And now
looks like Wilson Shore is going in there as well.
Yeah. We saw an actual fight here last night, which is rare, as Braden Begley threw down the gloves. And it was pretty quick into the game, so he was showing the gate.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't see a whole lot of those. Looks like the refs tossing some players out of the game.
Looks like both sets of guys are going to go. So Landry's going to go. Cullen's going to go. That's 2/3 of that defense line for the Voodoos.
Yeah. Might see Marnell play on defense a little bit here. I can't imagine they'll keep him on forward by himself.
And the other guys that are going to go are the other gentlemen that were on the other side of things for the Rapids. That's Wilson Shower and Alexi Kitchen. It looks like just going to be 10 minutes handed out for everyone. Nothing's on the board.
Yeah, maybe they're just in the spirit of keeping level heads, get the combatants out of the game with 10 minutes left and carry on with even strength, but we will see how this goes. The ref's still over talking to the timekeeper, sorting out what exactly is going on.
Oh, now we've reached our mid-period timeout. So, we'll be back with more Voodoos hockey on the other side of this.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex as we're ready for the final 9 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock in this third period. It's 8-1 for the Voodoos. Shots on goal, 45-13 in favor of Powassan as well. And if you're just joining us, some rough stuff before this timeout. And I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Ben Long, and of course cameraman Mike Brown. And off the draw to Dawson. Dawson with a shot rebound chance. Burrow Morel couldn't quite get to it, and the Voodoos couldn't shovel it home as they had a couple of good whacks at it. And now the puck's back down to the Voodoos zone, and some more rough stuff after the whistle as Lefebvre is down on the ice with his helmet knocked off. And that's what killed the play, rather, as everyone else was looking the other way, and we turn around and Lefebvre's on the ice with his helmet off. And now they're going to be going to the penalty box. Lefebvre and
Mrazek, it looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lefebvre went hard to the net, and exception was taken to that, and he was driven into the ground, and puck got all the way down the ice, and he was still being driven into the ice. And then now he's in the box for, I'm guessing, 2 minutes.
Looks like coincidentals if it is. Off the draw, Saginaw wins it down the ice, and it's going to bounce there at the Rapids blue line for Wilson to pick it up. Wilson has the puck now through the neutral zone. Walking in, taking the shot. That one's over the net and wide. It's going to come to the blue line and out for the Rapids, so Giacopi has to pick it up in the neutral zone. Now Saginaw picks it up. Ryan Saginaw got it to Jasoni. Jasoni wills it forward. Now he's chasing after it with great speed. Jasoni into the far side corner, lost the puck though as Giacopi gets to it, and the puck back down the other way. DeBox in a foot race. He's got a good stick to knock the puck away from the one Rapid player that was up there. Now it's up the ice quickly for Boyes. Boyes walking in. Boyes into the corner. Gets it behind the net. Saginaw couldn't quite get a hold of it. And going the other way again is the Rapids. It does look like there's a penalty on the board, but I think both teams are playing 4-on-4.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's happening.
Let's do that hockey.
Yeah. And I think it looks like...
Oh, now they're both up there. So it is 4-on-4.
It is 4-on-4, and that was called offside, I'm guessing. Not entirely sure.
Lefebvre holding the stick. And now 2 minutes for roughing on the other side. Tracy with the puck. On the far side, now the Rapids have it. Down the ice it goes. And Roussel's going to corral it in his own zone. Get it up the ice for Barclay. It's picked up by Pereira. Pereira in his own zone. Over for Bagley. Bagley through the neutral zone, walks in. Tries to take a shot. That one hit a stick and went wide. Now Pereira picks it up in the corner. Pereira lost it though, and the Rapids pick it right back up. Down the ice it goes. Roussel will pick it up at the red line and flip it back down for Pereira. Pereira over for Barclay. Barclay walking in. Barclay, a good stick by the Rapids. That's Say. Got away from him. Now Clark getting it down the ice. He tries to get around Roussel. And Clark picks it back up behind the Voodoos net. Still whacking away at it. Now Roussel goes after it. The loose puck. And it comes to the middle of the ice. No one was there. 15 seconds left on this 4-on-4. And Canton's going to get back to it. Canton can't quite keep it in though, as now a puck is out. And flipped back out by Roussel again. Bagley on the near side for Pereira. Pereira with some speed. Pereira walking in, tries to get around his man, and it's a good play by the Rapids to get away from that. Now we're back to 5-on-5 as Marnell lined up his man, knocked him to the ice. As you can see, Marnell line up the hips on that. Brownlee on the far side. Now he's playing with Cullen and Marnell. And the puck right back down the ice again. Jasoni picking it up. Jasoni for Cullen. Cullen going for a skate. Carries the puck in, takes a shot. And that's a save made by Burrow Morrell.
And I'm not exactly sure. The ref was saying something to Cullen. I don't know what's going on there, but we have a face-off to the blocker side in the French River zone. And it looks like maybe Cullen is not supposed to be in the game anymore.
I thought so too.
And the coaches are calling over for the referee to explain what's going on.
And they are going to go over.
And I was surprised to see Cullen on the ice because I thought that he was kicked out as well.
Head coach Peter Goulet is getting an explanation here. And along with assistant coach Trevor Wing and Vitaly Yachmanev coming over now. I thought Cullen was part of that whole melee that went on.
Yeah, I thought both players were kicked out from both sides, but
now it looks like Cullen is leaving. Looks like Goulet got his answer. Cullen's gone. I'm shocked. I thought there may be a penalty there too because he came out to play again.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a penalty or what that happens there.
Well, looks like Collins' night's over, as we thought earlier. And now we're back underway. Kratz to Jasoni. Jasoni up for Dawson. Dawson goes cross ice, gets it to Russo. Russo still battling for it along the wall. Now it's a 2-on-1 here for the Rapids the other way. Walking in French River, tried to get the pass across, but the skates of Jasoni stopped that pass. Now it's Dawson. Dawson walks in. He's knocked off the puck, and the puck right back down into the neutral zone for Jasoni. Jasoni for Kratz. Now Russo. Russo walks in, tried to feather it forward to Dawson, but is picked off by Giacopi. Now right back in. Flipped in. Kratz gets to it in the corner, picked up by Russo. Dawson with it. Dawson tried to get it out. Wilson picks it up, and Wilson's shot finds its way through. Champagne had to make a couple of saves on that, as he had his toe on it initially. Back cross ice, good chance. Hits a skate and goes wide. Now back out front, another chance there by the Rapids. And Champagne had to make a couple of good saves there after having next to no action for the last few moments.
Yeah, that can, the shots have been really heavily one way, and he was able to stay sharp and absorb that one into his body and hold on to it for the face-off off to his blocker side here. 47-15 the shots, 8-1 the score with 5:11 left for the Powassan Voodoos, looking to just close out this win.
Off the draw, the Voodoos get it up for Saginaw. Saginaw couldn't quite hold on to it though, as the puck back into the slot again for the Rapids. Now thrown back towards the net. Saginaw knocked down, and Barclay's going to get the puck down the ice. Barclay carries the puck in, cuts to the net, and he put it well high and over. Now it's kept in by DeBox, and to the near side for Boyce. Boyce back for Marnell. Marnell with a chance, and that one's tipped on net by Saginaw. That's a good play there as he's looking for his 4th goal of the game. Puck right back down the ice by Champagne as it's kept in though, as it's going to be a penalty against Powassan with 4:29 left on the clock. It's going to be DeBox going into the box once again.
I'm not sure what's going to be called here. The two refs are conferring because they both had their hands up, so I assume it's the same penalty. It looked like it probably was a holding or...
Yeah, it looks like interference.
Yeah. That's a fair call with 4:29 left. The Powassan Voodoos will be killing 2 minutes or less of penalty here.
Off the draw, the Voodoos have done a very good job on the penalty kill this game as Head sends the puck right back down the ice. Burrow Morel has to make the stop there as the puck rolled in on him. Now be in their own zone are the Rapids. That's Jeremy Clark with the puck. He scored the lone goal in this one so far for the Rapids. Wilson has the puck, goes cross ice. It's picked up by Head. Head flips it down the ice. It's picked up by Lefebvre in the neutral zone. Lefebvre to the near side for Jasoni. Jasoni twists and turns, sends it right back down. And it's picked up again by Wilson. Wilson over for Head. Head couldn't quite get the pass across. And it's picked back up now and down the ice into the Voodoo zone. 1:12 on the man advantage on the far side now. Bagley collides with his man. That's Marachik on the far side. Now it's Head. Head going to the near side. Tries to cut out front. Head does cut out front and nearly had a highlight reel goal, and he just put it wide. Yeah, Marachik again on the near side. Roussel throws a hit, knocking him to the ice. 45 seconds on the man advantage, and now a couple of more whacks at it as Roussel was surrounded by a couple of white jerseys. Going back in, Roussel throws another hit. Canton gets around him though, and Bagley sends it right back around. 30 seconds on the man advantage, 3 minutes on the clock. 8-1 Voodoos lead. Well, all the way back up the ice, Canton picks it up in the neutral zone. Canton, good stick by Russo, negates that pass. And it's down into the Voodoo zone again, or the Rapid zone. Now it's Russo out front for Dawson, who just put that one wide. Dawson has come so close to getting a goal in this game, and he can't quite bury it. Less than 5 seconds on the man advantage now. 2:30 on the clock. We're back to 5-on-5. Puck on the near side. Still battling for it. Dawson Got it to Russo. Russo up the ice for Lefebvre, who's all alone. Lefebvre walking in. Lefebvre, good chance. What a save by Burrow Morel. As Lefebvre has been snake bitten on 2 breakaways in this one.
That was a great play by Russo to feed it up to Lefebvre, and he was all alone. He had nearly half the ice for that breakaway, and Burrow Morel made a huge pad save to keep his leg out and managed to keep it out of the net.
Off the draw to Box, keeps it in. And the Rapids now pick up the loose puck, and they finally get it out. Now it's picked up again by Pereira to Marnell. Marnell, who's now taking a turn back on the blue line with Cullen out of the game.
And his pass was deflected into the netting above the glass, so we have a face-off outside the blue line of the French River Rapids.
And off the draw, the Rapids win it again. And Giacopi tries to get out of his zone, but a good stick by Brownlee knocks it away from him. Brownlee to Pereira. Pereira walks back in. Pereira with the shot, and that one goes wide and high of the net. Now on the far side again, it's picked back up by the Rapids. That's Maxwell who had it initially. Now it's Brownlee again. Giacopi with the puck, gets the puck down the ice. Picked up at the blue line, but now the Rapids have it in dangerous territory, but they couldn't quite get a shot away. Picked up by Pereira. Gets it up for Head. Head gets around his man. Head walking in. Goes around behind the net. Head looking out front for Brownlee. It bounces away from him. Minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. And it's 8-1 Voodoos lead as the puck rolls in for Champaign to just cover it up. And we'll get a stoppage here. Voodoos 1 shot away from 50 at 49. The Rapids with 15.
Yeah, that was a great play by Champaign to cover that up as he was rolling in, and Powassan didn't seem to have legs. They'd been pushing really hard, and I think those players have been on the ice for a substantial amount of time, so we got a line change and some fresh legs to get us through this last minute here.
Off the draw, still battling for it. Bagley couldn't quite get to it. Now it's to Saginaw. Saginaw up for Boys. Boys has some room to play with. Carries the puck in, throws it behind the net. And now it's to the far side. Bagley keeps it in. Bagley with a shot. That one hit a stick and goes wide. Now Barclay back for Jasoni. Jasoni with a shot. That one's blocked by the Rapids. And back down the other way they go. French River dumps it right into Voodoo's territory. It's going to bounce off the boards. And it's going to come to Champaign with 36.4 seconds on the clock. And if we're going to give you an update now, George Springer has scored. It's a 1-1 ball game in Toronto.
That's Springer.
Dallin Wakely's #1 fan.
Yeah.
Or Dallin Wakely is his #1 fan.
Wakely's #1 player in the whole MLB is George Springer, and he's factored in majorly to their playoff run.
I've never met a person who's done a complete 180 on a player as quickly as that.
Yeah.
Last year it was all, oh my God, Springer's the worst. And now this year he's all about, well, he hasn't been all about Springer, I should say.
No, even at the start of the year we went to the one game.
Now down the ice, Marnell. Got it to Brownlee. Brownlee goes cross ice to DeBox. DeBox walks in, takes the shot. That one's wide. Now it's Brownlee on the half wall. Brownlee takes a hit, and the Rapids player takes more brunt of it now at 11.6 seconds. That was Mrazek who got a big hit and tried to line up Brownlee, but Brownlee promptly knocked him back down to the ice.
Looks like Villeneuve's going off for a penalty. I'm not sure what that penalty's for.
11.6 seconds now. It's all academic, I would say. The Voodoos are going to go and win their 10th game of the season here, barring some amazing miracle.
Yeah, I think statistically it's impossible to get the ice from center to the net 7 times to tie it up.
You're telling me there's a chance. 5 seconds. Voodoos' 10th win of the season. And they're back in the winning column after a 2-game losing skid against the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners and the Greater Sudbury Cubs. And you got to think an 8-1 score like that is desperately what the team needed after that. On the other side of things, the Rapids, coming off a 6-2 win over the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners last night, have to go back to the drawing board now as they head back to Noelville.
Yeah, that's a huge win, as you mentioned, to break that skid, and with such an exclamation point of 7-goal win. That game was just good for everyone on the Voodoos. goaltending, only letting 1 goal out of 15 shots. So that's good for the save percentage, good for the goals against, and particularly Saginaw walking away with 3 goals and 2 assists. Great game for him, up to 22 points, 11 goals and 11 assists.
Great play for Saginaw for sure. He's now had points in 13 out of the 14 games this season. Unfortunately, his point streak did end at 12.
Yeah, but
what a showing here as mom and dad are up from Pittsburgh, so can't ask for much more than that with Ryan Saginaw. I'd have to assume he's going to be one of the stars of the game.
Yeah, I can't see him not being with his performance tonight.
He's lined up over by the door there.
All alone, maybe he's the first,
Two
second,
Rapids,
and third star.
Yeah, I mean, he might as well be. It looks like Derek Champagne will be joining him as well. We're just waiting for our 3 stars now. Derek Champagne, the third star, as he allowed a goal on 15 shots. Wasn't overly busy, but had to make the saves he made. Braden Begley, the second star from the Voodoos, and that means that Ryan Saginaw is going to end things up as the number 1 star here. That's right. There we go, right there. Ryan Saginaw, the pride of Pittsburgh. Getting a big hug from the general manager, Chris Dawson, over there. Ben, your final thoughts before we wrap things up here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a textbook game. I don't know if you could draw it up too much better if you're the Powassan Voodoos or not, but that was a big one to snap the 2-game streak before it got too far out of hands.
Thank you very much.
And we have...
Thank you. Much appreciated.
We're almost halfway through the season here, and we're going to wrap that up tonight. So with that, we'll say good night to all you folks at home, and we will see you next time. Courtney, do you have any closing words?
Nah, just, people coming up to you and saying you do a great job makes you a little bit happy, I guess. Especially even if you're on air.
Don't let it get to your head.
No, you see the size of the doors here. You can't walk through them that much. So anyways, no, that'll do it there. Thanks so much for tuning in. And, of course, go Jays go. That's all I'll end it.